All right. I think it's time we talk about something serious here, man. It's time to talk about some serious shit, man, because as everybody has probably seen, Charlie Kirk, who is known for his thoughts, his opinions, his rhetoric on certain topics, was basically assassinated, right? Now, before we go and talk about this topic, I want to say one thing. I'm not here to celebrate. I'm not here to mourn. I'm not here to glow. I'm not here to pretend to be sad, because there's energy that you put out in this world, man. And the energy that you put out in this world, you can't act like you oblivious when that energy comes back to you tenfold. Can't be like that. Now, this is specifically sad because clear as day, you can see the energy that's being spewed out by how they react to this. This has turned into a battle between the left and the right. Every day, it's left this, right that. The left did this, the right did that. Every day. And in the midst of that, you have everyday people working 9-to-5 jobs. You got everyday people working their entire lives to make ends meet. And then you have the people at the top who are just like playing with strings like fucking puppets. This shit is crazy, man. But the energy that they're spewing, I don't have to tell y'all. Y'all can see it for yourselves.
Libs of TikTok saying this is war, or saying the Democrat Party must be classified as a domestic terrorist organization and their members and leaders treated accordingly. Enough is enough, says Joey Monorino. Pete Hegseth, who calls himself the Secretary of War, speaks with the military.
I'd also be remiss if I did not acknowledge why that flag is at half-staff. We lost an incredible American today, a dear friend of mine. If you knew him, you love him. His name is Charlie Kirk, taken by an assassin's bullet, unfathomable.
I mean, Charlie Kirk was killed, and immediately after he was killed, this is the energy.
I'm gonna say this, Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called panicking. All the kids of every conservative in the country call panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
By that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota?
Political.
Isn't this on both sides?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking
We
you a
don't
serious
know what
question.
condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist lunatic put a bullet through his neck, and you want to talk about Republicans right now? No.
No, I'm asking
no, not
you.
at all.
You said the Democrats
no, this
have donated
is
to,
on.
but I'm asking,
Democrats own this.
But isn't there a problem with
this.
political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now. That's the subject of this that we're talking about right now. Democrats own this 100%.
So yeah, as you can see, it hasn't even been 24 hours yet, and this has already become a political talking point.
They robbed a voice that spoke common sense because of their hatred to people that disagree with them, but yet they're the ones that try to champion free speech. But we're not the ones out there trying to silence them through violence. But when is enough enough? When is the Democrats going to stand up and apologize for the hatred and the lies that they have fed their base that's led to these actions?
So for all the people that are out there that are upset, that feel some type of outrage about this, and they feel some type of sadness genuinely, this is how the people who actually probably knew him, or the people who defended the things he said, this is how they feel about it. He's just become a piece in their political agendas. I mean, to say something like this is disgusting and shit. I don't even understand how somebody comes with the gall to even mention something like this. To say something like this and turn this into a left thing, nobody even knows who did it. The FBI doesn't know who did it. Like, if this lady got all the answers, she needs to go join the investigation and let people know. But that's where we're at. People are so desensitized that they immediately go for whatever is going to help them gain an advantage politically. And this is sad. And shout out to that reporter, because that reporter pointed out the story about the Minnesota lawmakers. And that was completely ignored. It was completely ignored. But let's see what it's about. So here it is. Suspect in the shooting of 2 Minnesota lawmakers had a hit list of 45 officials. 45 officials. He had a hit list. It says authorities in Minnesota said Monday that the man arrested in a Saturday attack that killed 1 state lawmaker and left another wounded had a hit list of 45 elected officials, all Democrats. Now, when you see something like this, as somebody who is a political figure, like this woman here, whoever she is, as somebody like that, do you think that the right energy to throw out there is to make accusations, blind ones at that the person who committed this was a radical leftist? Yeah, so this man, Vance Bolter, 57, apprehended on Sunday night after what Brooklyn Park Police Chief Mark Bruley called the largest manhunt in state history. And the thing about this that makes this interesting is this wasn't talked about. This was not talked about. I mean, the man is actually a registered Republican. I don't think we saw any actual people, you know, talking to reporters and saying this man was a radical right-wing guy and we need to get revenge for this on the right side. Is that what we supposed to be saying? I'm confused a little bit. But again, I digress. And like I told y'all in the beginning, the point of this video is for me to talk about something that is important because this kind of stuff affects our children, right? This affects their future. And it pisses me off because we have an administration right now who is so bent on spewing and spreading hatred. Nobody should be attacked for their political views, right? I got the right to call you stupid and dumb.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
I could call you stupid and dumb all day. Probably won't change anything for you. I mean, we this far in. Nobody should be attacked physically because of their views or opinion. But this right here, this is a clear indication that they don't care. This is all political. Let's continue.
They did not care for the lawmakers in Minnesota who were threatened and lost their lives. They didn't, not even a little bit.
Have you called the governor yet or been able to speak to any of them?
I don't really call him. He anointed this guy to a position. I think the governor of Minnesota is so whacked out. I'm not calling him. He's a mess. So, I could be nice and call him, but why waste time?
They don't care about political violence. They care about what is politically expedient. I want to hear a real response, and that was from AOC right here.
Women of people across this country to ensure that guns and firearms do not get in the hands of people who are going to use them against human beings, period. Domestic violence is one of the highest indicators of whether a person is going to kill someone else with a gun or not. There are so many other indicators, and I think it is so deeply important that when a politician tries to blame words for inaction, they need to look at their action and their record. Enough of this. This is horrific. This is awful. And the assassination of Charlie Kirk risks an uncorking of political chaos and violence that we cannot risk in America. We cannot risk it.
Congressman,
Thank
given
you.
the political temperature, are you worried about holding events in public now?
I think that, of course, it's a natural consequence to see this and to be worried about this. And I think, but what is most important is the fact that we've gotten to this place, and we need to figure out what we can do to ensure that every American can feel safe going to a public event. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
This is what leadership actually sounds like.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. Is that not how you're supposed to respond to something like this at a time like this? Talk about the problem. They did it. They did it. Oh, it was them. They said this and they said that. It's bullshit. Now, that's AOC's response. Y'all want to see what y'all commander-in-chief said? Let's go to it.
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives.
Now you tell me what you think is the correct response. This is just a sad place that we're in. We're talking about people who don't care about anything unless it has something to do with political gain. We're literally talking about an administration where every single problem, their response is Biden or the left. Jobs report, not favorable, was left by Biden. Everything that happens is either Biden or the left.
And Biden took over. He changed them back to lower than ever before. And that was really the Biden setup. That was not our setup. We came in on January 20th. So this is Biden. And you could even say the next quarter is sort of Biden.
You have a guy in office that takes no accountability for anything.
Mr. Did you sign the WFC birthday letter?
It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak.
Anything. And here we are in a place where a guy gets killed on a college campus in broad day, and their immediate response is to run to the microphones and spew out more hate. Look at this guy.
Trump gets hit in the ear. Charlie gets shot dead. They came after Kavanaugh with a rifle. They went after Musk's cars.
They went after Musk's cars. Brother, I can't believe, dude, what the these are not comparable things. Also, 2 months ago, there was a dude that assassinated Democrat politicians and had a hit list of every single Democrat in the state of Minnesota. And these fucking assholes immediately went, oh, he's a leftist. They have concocted a completely alternative universe where they just go off of their own hysteria.
Whether we want to accept it or not, they are at war with us. And what are we going to do about it? How much political violence are we going to tolerate? Now, Charlie would want us to put as much pressure on these people as possible.
Holy bro, these guys are so insane. He's like, all right, one of my friends died. It's time. It's time to fucking use his death to angle for more political repression, political persecution to a made up enemy that I made up in my mind. Charlie would want that.
So you tell me, how does this actually make you feel? Again, I ain't here to mourn. I ain't here to be sad. I ain't here to joke. I ain't here to laugh. I'm just here to remind people that the energy put out is the energy that you will get. Charlie Kirk said a lot of hateful things. He said a lot of things that had the energy around him very negative.
If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know you do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal.
Emphasizes by saying nobody should get attacked for their political views at all. And this should not be celebrated, regardless of what he said. But again, the energy you put out there, that's the energy you get.